Hey guys, my name is PhoenixFlames and well, I want to be a shoutcaster, and in order to get some experience and to make people hire me, I just wanted to cast some random game I recorded and well, just to give them an impression of how good I am currently, and also to have people give me a chance to get feedback for me so I can get better and maybe just be a better shoutcaster and just get better at it. That's the point of it. So well, then let's get into the game. I'm using LOL replay, of course, to record the replays. And well, LOL should be opening up any moment now. And there we go. So, we have the blue team against the purple team. I didn't switch on colorblind mode in Spectator yet. Don't know why. So, the blue team, we have Cannon in the top lane, Talon in the mid lane, Lee Sin in the jungle, and the bot lane is Caitlyn and Jenner in support. Then the purple team, Lissandra mid, Sejuani jungle, Ryze with teleport in the top lane, and Leona and Draven bot lane. So let's first, while everyone's spying, let's just try to get some overview over the lanes. So Leona and Draven in the bot lane is really a lane bully lane. You do want to get kills and deny the enemy carry as much farm as possible. The Caitlyn pick is really good against that, because her huge range and the wave clear of her Piltover Peacemaker makes it easy for her to actually just sit back and farm and deny a lot of aggressive potential Draven has against short-range carries like, for example, Vayne. Then in the mid lane we have Talon against Lissandra. That's quite an interesting matchup, as Draven goes near Talon and eventually sees him. So we will see if they can... no, they can chase him, and Talon is safe. So back to the mid lane. Talon against Lissandra is an interesting matchup, since Talon is good against casters and Lissandra is good against melees. So we see three people of the purple team trying to deny golems here, or at least make the blue bot lane scared. And Ryze will back, going to the top lane then, and it seems like we'll just have a normal start. Sejuani starting at blue, bot lane helping. The blue side is taking the double golems, and Lee Sin will start at red. Cannon already in the top lane, checking the brushes, and yeah, nothing special going on yet. We can take a look at their items. Lissandra is in for a beating. She has the cloth armor to just reduce the damage Talon has. Yeah, Rave start, Golem start, Wolf start. Nothing really out of the matter here. And well, otherwise, Ken is starting with some health regeneration. Ryze is actually going for a very aggressive start with not much sustain, but his utility masteries with the extra Explorer Ward and the Biscuit will make it easier for him to just get over the fact that he only has 2 health pots. Lee Sin getting quite low at the red, but still managing to pick that up. And well, this is the beginning of the laning phase. We see in the mid lane some trades going on, Talon actually dropping quite low there, as bot lane actually starts to push against the bullying of Draven and Leona. They have already hit level 2 due to the golem start. And well, there's just some poking going on, and Draven and Leona can't really do much if they're sitting with level 1 at the turret, since Leona doesn't have a gap closing ability yet. And actually, as you can see, now she's level 2, but they are not going for some aggression here. Maybe they don't want to fight at their turret, which makes no sense, as we see a potential gank incoming in the mid lane, but it's too pushed to Lissandra, and Lee Sin will just back off and continue farming. And yeah, nothing special is going on yet. The junglers are just farming up, while the lanes of the blue team are actually all pushed. So it will be hard for Lee Sin to actually do any, well, lead ganks. And well, it's up to Sejani to really do something about this and maybe get a kill out of this pushed, push. And you see her engaging into the mid lane, flashing actually onto Talon, and it will be enough to pick first blood up. So yeah, that was really nice gank, just flashing into the Q and then just finishing off with her W and the red buff. No escape from that since he has already flashed. But well, that's easy first blood and 400 gold for Sejuani. So yeah, let's take a look at the top lane. Ken actually quite low. Ryze is at about half HP, but he keeps it pushed. Feeling rather safe for the ward. Because of the ward, and yeah, he's just farming. Which reminds me, I should maybe align this properly, so I don't look like an idiot. So as we see a potential lane gank going on, the enemy team has no vision on Lee Sin, so they're not suspecting anything, but yeah, like I already said, it's too pushed to actually do something about it and gank, because you can't turret dive them yet, this won't work. And it's hard without, like, with normal coordination in solo queue, it's really hard to coordinate a tower dive, who takes the tower hits and stuff. So, yeah, we could see Leona engaging on quickly, but not really doing anything. As Sejuani goes into the bot lane, she's spotted by the vision ward though. Can Leona engage? Oh, a good tornado just keeps Leona away. But Sejuani uses her Q on Jenner, slowing her. But it doesn't seem like she will get a kill of that, no. So, a quick reaction and the well-timed tornado interrupted the gap closing of Leona and her Zenith Blade and just reduced the threat of this gank immensely. Well, Sejuani is still in the brush, but the blue side is not taking the bait. And, well, the top lane is still pushed to Ryze Tower. He has a really small lead above Ken, but it's not much. And yeah, the biggest difference is actually in the bot lane, which is getting ganked at the moment, but counter ganked by Lee Sin. Triple slows Sejuani, and it seems like the blue team is not sure whom to focus on, but Sejuani will eventually drop to Caitlyn, as Janna drops actually, yeah, to Draven. So I think with a bit more coordination there and a clear target, the blue team could have gotten a lot more out of it than just Sejuani. Since Lee Sin was hitting Sejuani and Caitlyn was hitting Draven, as Lee Sin goes in again and just dies to the immense burst potential of their bot lane. And the mid lane just, they kill each other. So a lot of action going on, 6 minutes into the game, and it's 2-4. About 1k gold lead for the purple team. And this is mainly because of the 2 kills and the lead Ryze has in the top lane. Even though Caitlyn is 20 CS above Draven at the moment, which is a lot in this state of the game. But it seems like Sejuani is focusing her actions on the bot lane in order to get Draven's snowball rolling. And we'll see if she succeeds with that, because a fat Caitlyn requires a vast amount of protection, but will offer huge DPS, especially if she's way above the enemy carry. Yeah. So on the mid lane, there's a little bit of trading going on. Talon warding the lane. Lee Sin trying to gank, but he will step on the ward. And yeah, Lissandra will see that one coming, and John is also there. But seems like neither team is willing to risk anything and to go deeper than necessary. Just a little bit of trading going on here and there. Kate doing double golems at the moment, but yeah, He's picking up the blue, not Talon. Seems like you want to hit that level 6 and maybe gank soon. As Cannon still being behind in CS. Can't really do much in the top lane, it's continuously pushed and he's ran off of wards, so he will have to back. fear of getting ganked is too present. And yeah, this after a short like short airstrike of action, we don't see anything. Quick disengage from Janna, just denying anything from Leona. And well, see a little bit of auto attacking going here and there, but it's not like anything will be low enough to get a kill as Lee Sin comes into the lane. But he was already seen by Ward and Tribush, so I see that one coming. And yeah, it's a really slow-paced game, no dragon attempts yet, although it's pink for the purple team. Maybe, well, if Sejuani can get a kill off in the bot lane or in the mid lane, this will mean that they will have an easy dragon, just 2-manning or 3-manning it, depending on whether the lane is dead or just backed. And yeah, the blue team is really good at pushing at the moment. Like, lane is most of the time just pushed to the enemy turrets. They're not taking too much damage though. Yeah, the top tower has not lost any significant health yet. The bot lane tower is about 700 health down, and the mid lane tower hasn't really been touched either. As we see Talon going on Lissandra, but it doesn't feel confident enough to finish her off with Ignite or anything. So I guess he will just let that opportunity go to waste. Not risking anything, especially... Oh, we see Sejuani, and Lee Sin is going to the top lane, Sejuani going into the mid lane. Seems like Talon will go for the all-in attempt, trying to get anything out of the gank, but no. Sandra wasted her summoners, and the good ult denies most of the damage of the ultimate and the ignite, as we see Cannon with Lee Sin going into the top lane, twice just flashing out of it, not risking anything by going to Cannon. And yeah, this means another free kill as Lee Sin tries to tower dive Ryze, which is a very risky attempt since he is 3 levels above him and already has the tankiness of the Catalyst. So yeah, Sejuani is going to the top lane. Will definitely spot Lee Sin as she's going into the try. And if they're going for a tower dive, I don't think they will survive. Yeah, this will most likely end in a dash or two, as we see Sejuani pursuing Cannon and Lee Sin getting caged. A good flash hasten. The overload is not enough, but Lee Sin will drop here. But maybe Cannon get something out of it as we switch to the bot lane, Caitlyn dropping really low and dying to the Wicked Blade passive. But Sejuani, Leona is gonna fall to the tower as Talon tries to pursue Draven into the jungle, but there are no wards in the blue jungle, so you can't really see where he's going, and it's just... there's nothing gonna happen. Oh, or is it? No, Sejuani, Lissandra will be too close, so he can't do anything. So let's take a quick look around the board. Cannon going for a really sustainy build, as we see Talon going on aggressively, but not doing too much damage. Lee Sin just going for a Sight Stone and the Spirit Stone, which will most likely be built into a Spirit of the Elder Lizard. Talon just going for the Bruisery damage build, the Brutalizer, as the Claw saves Lissandra easily. Draven not really completed an item yet, and he is 40 CS behind Caitlyn, which just finished a Bloody Thirster. The support items are about equal, and Caitlyn definitely having a hard time at mid, died 3 times yet, and Lissandra with the Seeker's Armguard not taking too much damage from anything. And well, Ryze is about to get a Rod of Ages, which will put him significantly ahead of Cannon, caused with neck control, as we see Sejuani and Lissandra going on Talon and Lee Sin. Lee Sin safeguarding to the ward and the brush, and maybe saving him as Ronnie uses a Q and W to finish him off. And Talon being out of mana just can't do anything there. And we see Ryze fighting with Cannon, but no kills will happen as Cannon goes into the mid lane, not sure about really engaging into two people, since yeah, Talon is and has low health, not really much that he can do. And yeah, what Cannon will be cut off by Ryze, who will pursue him into the blue jungle. And no, that won't be a kill. Damn, Yordle's too fast. Meanwhile at the bot lane, tower about to fall. But yeah, the blue team really needs to make something happen that will throw the odds in their favor. Maybe group up for Dragon or just try to get some towers or anything, since the laning phase is not really gaining them too much. They're 2k gold behind now at about 15 minutes into the game. So there's not really much happening. It's a really long laning phase, no dragon attempts yet, just a lot of pink wards going on. Caitlyn takes a lot of damage on the spinning axis. But without Leona landing some significant CC there won't be any kills happening. She tries to make something happen and just keeps trying to get in range of Caitlyn for the Zenith blade. But Janus holding Gale and Caitlyn's 90 caliber net will definitely make it hard for her to, well, just get onto her and lock her down with stuns. So let's go into the top lane, which is still pushed, but the minions don't get to the tower. Ryze, having completed his Rod of Age, is really making it hard to do anything for Cannon. But this could be bad for the bot lane. Caitlyn getting stunned by the ult and immediately followed by Leona's stun. But they will be able to escape into the turret as Lee Sin tries to follow up and chase them to make anything happen. But they are really low on health, they have to be careful not to get turned around. So Talon also incoming. Leona dropping Talon as well as Draven, just a quick combo of his Rake and the ultimate. As Cannon is being ganked by Sejuani, but escaping with the Lightning Rush. And this will put the blue team actually about equal to the purple team, having picked up that bot tower and maybe the dragon now, which is pinged by the purple team, but Sejuani is not near the fight. So, and she doesn't really care. So this will be free dragon picked up by the blue team, actually putting them ahead in goal. As Talon is getting tower dived with Sejuani at 200, there's a lot of damage. Both used, ultimates used, and the ignite will finish him off before we sit and safeguard to him. So, a nice play by bot lane, actually evening out the advantage the purple team had, but the purple team still seems like the purple team is in control at the moment of the game and just dictating the pace at which the game will be played. A little fight over Wave, this managing to pick them up with the Sonic Wave. And yeah, I'm gonna have to pause the video for a moment. Yeah, but here we are again. I was just getting a bit of a sore throat and, well, it's not very comfortable talking like this when you don't have anything to drink around. So I will continue the game in one moment. And, well, just let's go. So, the game is about equal now, although the purple team has a bit more map pressure. And Ryze is just heavily outfarming Ken, while Draven is catching up to Caitlyn, so the gold will go a little bit more into purple team's favor now, since Ken is just falling behind more and more in CS, and Ryze will just slowly farm him up until he is unkillable. And just look at the damage, it's really a lot, and just with the Rod of Ages. But Cannon is really defensive at the moment. Oh, the 90 caliber net, unfortunately going into the wrong direction, so there's not much Janna can do. Caitlyn will just fall She's being tower dived, but maybe she can get anything out of it. A good shield actually preventing her from dying, while the Wicked Blade passive will actually kill her, and yeah, the tower is not doing enough damage, and the barrier used by Draven will just save her. As Talon is coming into bot lane, and his kill on Draven definitely overstayed there, not being too careful about, well, missing things or anything, as Talon a bit of a tunnel vision trying to chase Leona, but Sejuani is doing a lot of damage to him. And yeah, the Sin arriving. Maybe he can get something out of, jumping to the ward. Chasing Sejuani, slowing her with his Tempest Cripple, but... oh, actually missing the Sonic Wave as Ryze keys in. And that's a quick kill on Talon. Leona also coming in, being kicked away by Lee Sin. But, well, there's not much Lee Sin can do unless... oh. Ryze turning his ultimate on to get that extra movement speed. Flash Cage overloads Spell Flux, and yeah, that will just be the end of him. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Lissandra getting ganked by the blue bot lane. Actually trading a lot of damage back, and Janna has to pick up the kill, otherwise maybe Caitlyn would have dropped to another shard of ice. I don't know if Draven is doing the right thing, chasing Cannon. He does have his ultimate and ignite up, so maybe he could have even gone for the kill there. There's a lot of kill potential, but he has no armor, so it would be a risky thing to do. Oh, I just heard someone drop below, and that's Jenner trying to save the bot lane tower, but Ryze is too strong. Using the holding gale for wave clear and just backing off, not getting too overconfident there. Lee Sin tries to save the tower, but there's not much he can do. So now the towers are actually in purple team's favor, 2-1, as Caitlyn gets engaged on in the mid lane using cleanse to get away from Sejuani's Glacial Prison. And yeah, quick 90 caliber net just puts her out of the danger zone. So let's just have another quick overview about the items as the blue of the purple team is being picked up by Lissandra. Cannon still haven't gone back in ages to buy, currently still sitting on the Hextech Revolver and the Negator Cloak. As there's some action in the mid lane happening, but not really enough to get a real engage on. Cannon in the top lane getting ganked by Sejuani. And yeah, Glacial Prison just finishing him off. The bowler arrives, just is being thrown in his face. As Talon tries to save the top tower, which could be very overconfident, just diving through people. And 21 minutes into the game, the towers don't do much damage. Jenner arriving a bit late there. Not anything she can do against these people. Well, the blue team doesn't really seem to have the same kind of grouping and team synergy the purple team has. The map pressure of the purple team is really strong and doesn't allow the blue team to react too much. So Ryze feeling very confident there, even going to the inner turret, taking a few shots, but can't get anything out of it. So back to the items. Cannon has actually picked up the Abyssal Scepter. Lee Sin has finished his Spirit of the Outer Lizard. Talon, Bloodthirster, building a Black Cleaver next, and maybe Hex Drinker. Caitlyn just building standard AD, but Raven is actually ahead of her now, item-wise. So yeah, the tides definitely have turned. Jenner going for 2 GP10s and also the Ruby Sidestone, while Leona is rather more for a quick Bulwark, although Sejuani already has one. Just going for the teamfight aura stuff. Sandra having the Zonias will making her engage definitely safer and making her survive longer in fights. As we see Draven going in with his resonating strike on Draven, getting stunned. Caitlyn picking up Leona with a quick burst, but Draven can pick Caitlyn up as well. While the top lane is still in the Cannon versus Ryze duel. And it will be hard to siege for the blue team as Lee Sin goes really deep. Leisure actually misses, only slows, but he will be picked up since the bot lane can follow. I don't really know what happened there, maybe it was some kind of wrong call by Lee Sin, or he didn't see that the bot lane was doom, or they couldn't follow up as quickly as Lee Sin thought they would, but definitely being too overzealous and trying to pick up Dre on there. Ryze deciding to stay top lane. As Lysandra flash ults into Caitlyn, and Zhonya's immediately afterwards, just forcing Caitlyn to back off, since she and Jenner are just completely out of mana. And yeah, purple team currently being 5k ahead and 12 kills ahead of the blue team, as well as 2 turrets. And yeah, it seems like the purple team will just be able to use the pressure all over the map and just force more and more of an advantage and slowly close the game out. So Dragon is up, we see Lee Sin moving into that area. But I don't know. A wrong dragon call could really turn the tides of this game, but you always have to think and bear in mind that Ryze has TP, as he chases Ken and will flash cage him and just kill him. Ryze, for being 4-0 now, really unstoppable. Also having picked up the Glacier Shroud and probably about to finish his Archangels and the Seraphs. So it will be really hard for the blue team to deal with a split pushing Ryze who also has TP, can join the fights and turn a 4 versus 5 around. As the purple team picks up Draven. And there's the TP in from Ryze, getting cancelled by Ken, but Sin will eventually fall to the whole purple team. Just using everything on them. Caitlyn getting dropped by Ryze, and well, a 5-0 Ryze is definitely a huge thing to deal with. No one of the blue team is actually able to 1v1 him at the moment, so he'll just try to keep his push in the top lane up. Really creating a lot of pressure and making it possible for the 4 other guys of the purple team to pick up objectives like Dragon or force team fights, even though, yeah, for team fights that Ryze could eventually join, or at least he forces 2 members of the blue team up in the top lane to not let the turret fall. So purple team picking up the inner turret there, easy pickup. As Cannon finds Sejuani at the blue buff, he will most likely no ignite used, Sejuani flashing just away. And here we see the blue team closing out on Draven. Cannon actually flashing, but missing Draven, who also flashes there over the wall. And yeah, they're trying to chase Draven, but a good ward, safeguarding. Using Cripple to slow him, but the stand aside really slows him, as we see him flashing behind him, kicking him into Ken, and finishing off, but Ryze will just clear out there. He is too strong at the moment, having finished his Seraphs and about to finish his Frozen Heart. And the speed buff of his ultimate, which has run out, Ken will just lightning rush away. Sandra using Zhonya's there to escape the ace in the hole, but Caitlyn will eventually pick her up. So now after a really weird fight, as we see Caitlyn face checking Ryze, and look at that damage, she will just get bursted instantly. The 90 caliber net will not be enough to save her. And now Jenner really, yeah, she's just being collapsed on by 3 people, using the ultimate to just delay her fate a bit longer. But it won't be enough. So, what do you do against an 8-0 Ryze, currently being about 3k ahead of the other top laner. He's just unstoppable now, and the blue team will really have to get some good picks off, not teamfight too much, and maybe try to kill Rice somewhere in a 3v1 situation or something. Otherwise it will be really hard for them to actually get back from this. Even though the gold lead, 6k after roughly 30 minutes, is still in a winnable dimension, but the gold is so focused on Rice that they will have a hard time actually killing the most fed person on the purple team, while the other laners and members of the purple team are not too far behind against the blue equivalent. Lee Sin really having a rough game, 1-7. Not being able to create too much lane pressure early on because of the push that happened in every lane. And yeah, he's really behind right now compared to Sejuani. So he just has to try and make picks and plays happen before Lee Sin just loses his early game. So we see a team fight, but there's not much the blue team can do. Caitlyn has been brought really low by Rice, just one cycle of cooldowns. And then the rest of the blue team engages, even though the AD carry has literally no HP. So the blue team will just clear house and not really care about the AoE of Talon, Ken, and Lee Sin. Now we see Baron being started by the purple team. Rice just zoning and creating map pressure in the mid lane, doing a lot of damage to Janner as the purple team picks up Baron. So now the purple team will most likely just try to close out the game now. With the increased regen and offensive stats of Dragon, it should be easy for them to siege, as Lissandra and Rice are already pressuring the inhibitor tower in the mid lane. And yeah, that's the surrender of the blue team coming, and yeah, the game being rather, well, first bot lane had a huge farm advantage on Draven. Caitlyn was 20 CS above, but eventually good team play by Sejuani. A lot of ganks have happened in the mid lane and the bot lane. And top lane, she had really had huge map presence, making it possible for every lane not to fall behind and actually stay always a bit ahead, at least in total gold, not in CS, but if you calculate the kills too, it eventually just, yeah, they are about equal or ahead. And Ryze, slowly gaining more and more farm than Cannon, while Cannon was already pushed up to his turret, so he couldn't really do anything else, and he just snowballed. He got farmed, and when he joined his team in team fights or any small skirmishes, he just made everyone explode and die. And he got 8-0, never died, got so much gold, and his huge presence later on just let the purple team completely steamroll through everyone of the blue team. So yeah, that was my commentary on a solo queue game. And I really hope you liked it. You can leave your feedback below, and I would of course love to read some feedback because I want to get better, and well, I hope I will do more of this soon. So goodbye.